The issue of health care for Micronesians has been resolved, for now. Lawyers for Equal Justice represented Micronesian immigrants in a recent federal court case where they prevailed, winning a temporary injunction against the implementation of the state's new program, Basic Health Hawaii.
There's a lot of confusion, and the notice that went out from the Department of Human Services was wholly insufficient. It was in English, very confusing. Most importantly there is that you're targeting a population that English is not their first language, or they may not speak English, and there was nothing on the notice in another language other than English that explained what in fact it was. The federal judge commented that it was difficult for him to actually understand what the notice meant. That was one of the first things that really jumped out at me and at us when we were doing some fact investigation in the case. We talked to members in the community and nobody really knew exactly what was going on. There was a lot of confusion, and there was an incredible amount of fear, you can imagine, among the people who were receiving life-saving treatment like dialysis and chemotherapy. They had found out less than 10 days before, in some cases just a day or two before, that suddenly they weren't going to be getting this treatment anymore and had nowhere to go.
According to Lawyers for Equal Justice, not only was due process not observed, but
state law requires when there's a change such as this and you have a new policy or program, you have to go through a rulemaking procedure, which allows public comment and participation to avoid some of these issues, the very issues that occurred.
After fighting their case, within just 48 hours, the state agreed to begin the rulemaking procedure, a process Lawyers for Equal Justice say was supposed to have been done well before announcing the new plan, and it will still take many months to complete.
I think maybe they were thinking they weren't going to get caught, or they maybe thought nobody would really step up and file a case on behalf of these individuals. Or they just don't understand their obligations under the law.
We have a duty in government to serve the public. We are truly public servants, and we also have a fiduciary responsibility as stewards of the taxpayers' dollars to make sure that the monies are spent efficiently and effectively.
The state continues to face a mounting budgetary crisis, and while it will still take months to hash out all the issues on both sides of this case, both sides do agree on one thing.
It's the federal government's responsibility to reimburse the state of Hawaii and take care of the COFA migrants.